And we're back. God, they took a beating. Drew didn't, though. Tom and his companions storm into the meeting room of Kantos' house. The Albion ones are quickly called together. Tom breathlessly reports the company's plans, which the AI and Captain Brandt are about to carry out. The destruction of the planet is to continue. Our worst fears have been confirmed. Anemenka, oh god, not these names again, has finally caught us. We should have guessed that we'd be facing the same situation as our forefathers. And you are sure that the few dozen Heromir, no matter how big their ship is, represent a threat to our entire world? You must understand, Bear, that this ship is capable of growing. The installation is expanding itself more and more. It is a self-maintaining process. It'll take a while, but the damage to Albion is immeasurable. Tom, you are apparently angry about the behavior of your Heromir companions. Does that mean you are on our side? I have experienced a great deal on this world, Nemos, and my travels have brought me close to Albion and its inhabitants. Because of this, I would have certainly protested against continuing the project, but after how they treated us on board the Toronto, I'm ready to do anything. The ship's management's out for blood. What exactly happened? To make a long story short, Joe here freed me. Then we tried to switch off the AI so we could tell the crew about this world. You have to know, honest Kantos, that not everyone on board the Toronto is ready to sacrifice a life-filled world intentionally. In any case, we failed. The AI told us to our faces that the company management will do whatever is necessary, whether it is within the law or not. Apparently it is a matter of life or death for the entire company. During our escape, we saw why the AI spoke so openly about the plans of the company. It was a trap. We escaped with our lives only because of the little stone you gave me, Nemos. I was counting on the company, our dirty tricks, but I hadn't guessed that it would make such a direct, overt attempt. Think about it. It was a foolproof plan. The accidental death of the inspector working with the irreplaceable comm unit. No way to communicate with Earth. By the time there was an investigation, the whole thing would be over. The government can't afford to send anyone out here. Now the question is, what do we do? You, Kantos, have told us about Animobona, the entity of this world. Didn't you say that she has a kind of consciousness? Would she allow the destruction of her world, herself? Oh, naturally. Amibona will try to defend herself. I had disturbing visions while I was waiting for you, Tom. The world, the entity feels pain. Think about what happened when we started mining the raw material, Tom. I only understand half of what's being said here. The difficulties we faced at the start were not normal. Things got better after we threw more equipment at the problem. Amibona is not all powerful. She's not acting against some diggers armed with shovels trying to profane her body. She's facing the embodiment of Amikina, her antithesis. Her magic can do little against the principle of Amikina, the apex of which our people fled long ago. Does that mean we are helpless against the Metal Colossus? We must think. I'm happy that 3 Helmeri, including a scholar, have come to our side. Perhaps together we will find a way to conquer the threat. While Tom and Joe rest, the Enlightened Ones and Rayna hold a lively, intense discussion. The next day, Tom and his companions face the exhausted group's decision. We think we found a promising solution. It will certainly be the most difficult magic operation we have ever undertaken, but it does give us a chance. Didn't you say that magic couldn't fight the Toronto? That was precisely our problem. However, with the Honourable Rayna Hofstad's help, we have come up with a plan. We should not attack Amigna, the technological principles of the Heromir. We should make it a part of the magic process, so we can turn the Metal Colossus into something different. Unfortunately, the plan has one or rather 2 glitches. What Rayna Hofstad is trying to say is that we will create a magical artifact. Its power will be great, but not entirely predictable, and it will be applied to a large energy source in the metal ship. To be exact, the fusion reactor of the installation. Slowly. So the first glitch is that we need to return to the Toronto, and what do we have to take to the reactor? We will try to create something, which we call the Seed. It is the amalgamation of very different magical principles. We have most of the knowledge for creating the Seed at our disposal. However, we lack 2 key pieces of information that are held by 2 different cultures that rarely associate with one another. The metal makers, or Marjo, are the first. As has been said, we have to involve the Amikma principle in our work to perfect the metal ship. The Amajo work in the frontier between Amikna and Amimona. They deal both with technology and magic. From them, we need to learn how to influence metal with magic. And I'm afraid the Amajo may not want to share the knowledge with outsiders. Understood. And a second piece of information? There is also the matter of knowing how to harness large amounts of energy. Only the Kenget Kamulas have this knowledge. The assassin cult! A slight smile steals over Thanag's face. This is the Kenget Kamulas' core area of magic. The Kenget are trained in economic survival as well. We will try to make them an attractive offer. Our community is more wealthy than it appears. I might possibly be able to make a deal with my former brothers. I could try. So Nemos, we must first get the missing knowledge, and then, as we say, jump into the lion's den. We will use a magically charged object in the Toronto's reactor. If I have understood you correctly, no one knows exactly what this will do. Am I right? In your direct way, yes, that sums it up. You and your companions are battle-tested and are in possession of the necessary knowledge. However, we would naturally understand if... Okay. We'll spare you any concern. I can hardly say no now. If the others are ready to take the risk, the enterprise can begin. No one backs out. Good. Let me summarize this. We are to go to the Amajo and try to get the knowledge concerning magical treatment of metal. Also, we need to stroll into the center of a murderous cult by the name of Kenga Kamulas and make them an offer which hopefully they can't refuse. Then, you will try to develop this magic seed that we can take it to the Toronto's reactor and just wait and see what happens next. Everyone nods in agreement, then Joe speaks. Here's an idea. While you are risking your necks, old Joe will work as cameraman. I will record a documentary with a camera I have. With a little bit of luck, we can lower the documentary to the onboard network when we break into the Toronto. If we succeed in blocking AI access to the console for a couple of minutes, we can explain things about the plot and urge everyone to leave the ship. Sounds good. Make it so. Friends, there is no reason to delay any longer. Let's go and get the 2 pieces of information we need. The Gigantos hand over 1,500 gold, and their meeting breaks up. Tom and his companions are ready to go and head for the Cave of the Goddess. Oh well. That was fun. So now we know what we're doing. We need to go back to the Amajo. The Amajo, here we come. Or not. Let's go to Mayani instead. Why? You'll see eventually. We have a cave to examine, do we not? A treasure cave? But that will be for another time, and another place. For this has been Let's Play Albion. And yet more plot twists. Told you this game was good. So until then, folks, until then.